What's going on YouTube? Zabbaz of the Water here, bringing you a battle with my RU team versus my good friend Arcena. Looking at his team, he's got a Nidoqueen, a Crawdaunt, a Metang, a Mandibuzz, a Electivire, and a Sceptile. I don't know why he's running a Metang, it just seems like maybe he's just there for a steel typing. Major threats to his team? None that I can see. I haven't faced any of these Pokemon in RU before, so I really don't know what kind of threats these things hold. However, I have faced Nidoqueen enough to know that it is super annoying, but I can't really do anything about that. So anyway, let's get into the battle. Like I said before, I'm challenged by Arcena, and we're both using RU teams. I send out my Tech Yo-Yo, my Clink Clang, as he starts off with Dino Gal, his Nidoqueen. Here, I'm not going to be able to do anything to it, so I'm just going to switch out and go into my Herald. He's going to set up a layer of Toxic Spikes, and now he's going to pull out, expecting the Psychic or something, into his Voltura. But I'm going to go straight for the Trick Room. So now he's going to set up with Nasty Plot, expecting me to switch out, and I do switch out, but not in the way he wants to. I'm going to go for a U-turn next, so that way I can get a safe switch into what I want. So I'm going to switch out into my Choji, my Hitmonlee, because I know I've got Stone Edge, so I'm thinking I can just take this thing out, since it's part flying. But boy, was I wrong. I mean, here I go for the Stone Edge, it hits thankfully, but that doesn't even do half damage. I'm thinking, what the hell? What the literal hell? How bulky is this thing? He goes for Air Slash, and surprisingly it does not take me out. So I really am just kind of, don't know what to do, because I'm going to die to poison damage next turn. And he's probably going to go for the Roost, so I'm just going to go for the Stone Edge to try and do as much damage as possible. But it doesn't do as much as I'd like, and he's just going to Roost off that damage anyway. So that means Choji has been used for nothing, and this thing is just completely owned me. So I'm going to send out Rocky, my Rhyhorn, and I'm going to go for the Stone Edge again this time. And he's going to send out his Krazo, his Crawdaunt, and I'm just not sure what to do here. I'm kind of thinking he's going to predict my switch, but he doesn't go for it. He just goes for the Waterfall, and I lose my Rocky, which means now I'm down 2 Pokemon, and this is just going so awful for me right now. I'm going to send out my Tech Yo-Yo just to get my Trick Room up again. He's going to go for Protect, but I don't care. I'm going to go for Trick Room. And next turn, I am defensive, so even if he goes for a Waterfall, he does go for a Waterfall. And it doesn't do that much, so I can safely get off a Volt Switch, which means I can safely switch into something else. So I'm going to pull back and go into my Bowser Jr. Female, my Druddigon. And he's just going to stay in for fodder, and I'm actually going to go for the Crunch here, expecting him, maybe he wants to switch out and save it for later, and if not, it's at low enough HP to where I can knock it out anyway. So now he's going to go into his Grazer, his Sceptile, and I don't care. I got Fire Punch, Sheer Force, Life Orb boosted. This thing is going down. Down it goes, one hit KO, it is gone. So next turn, he's going to send out his Voltura again, and here I make a pretty big mistake. I go for Rock Slide as he sets up with Nasty Plot, and really I just should have gone for the Outrage. First turn as I see that, I should have gone BAM! Outrage. Knock it out. But no, I don't, and it's like, this thing is the bane of my existence right now. I'm going to send out my Tech Yo-Yo again to try and get my Trick Room up, and considering that these things' main stab is Air Slash and Dark Pulse, I should be able to take it even if it's at +4, and I do. I go for Trick Room, and he's just going to send up another Nasty Plot, which means this thing is going to be at +6. I'm thinking I am so screwed now, but I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. I'm going to do a decent chunk, considering I'm not invested in special attack at all. I send out my Bowser Jr. again, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's not too late to go for that Outrage. So this turn, I'm going to go for the Outrage, and I almost knock it out. Almost. This is what tells me I should have gone for the Outrage before. I should have. He gets a crit, which did not matter. He was at +6. It didn't matter. And down goes my Druddigon. So it's looking really bad for me right now, so I'm going to switch out my Tech Yo-Yo just to burn off a turn of my own Trick Room, because I still have one more Pokemon left. But the thing is, it's Scarfed, which means that this Trick Room is going to work against it. So now I'm going to switch in my Herald, just hope that it survives a turn, because what I'd like to do is I'd like to U-turn out, because the Trick Room's about to end. And I do survive. I want to U-turn out, go into my Moltres, and then be able to knock it out. And I know it's still got Pokemon that can resist my moves, so I want to switch. I want my Uxie there so I can switch out and then switch back in to get my choice reset. Anyway, I send out my holy sh**. my Moltres, and I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, which is going to knock it out. He's going to send out his Easy, his Electivire. I'm going to go for the Fire Blast, fully expecting it to knock it out, and it doesn't. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It doesn't knock it out? Things are just going swell. Anyway, my holy gets taken out, and I'm going to have to send out my Herald, which is at 32 HP, and now it's going to make a double down to finish off the match, and that's going to be the end of the battle. Thanks for that battle, Arcena. Despite my griping, I really did enjoy it. So that's it for today's battle. In my next video, I'm going to try something new with the battle. I'm going to put in some animations, and I want you guys to tell me how it goes. Just go ahead and leave it in the comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. Comment, rate, subscribe, and challenge.